try and negotiate an end to the war. These are pictures came in 5 minutes or so ago. You can see there Marco Rubio left centre and Sergei Lavrov on the near side. On the front of the picture, of course, the Secretary of State and his counterpart, the Russian Foreign Minister, holding those talks. And right on the far left there was Steve Witkoff as well, the peace envoy to the Middle East, who's taking a big role in this.
Today, the main thing is that everything does not go according to Putin's plan. He wants to do everything so that he has bilateral talks with the United States of America. We cannot accept it. As an independent country, any agreement made without us. I articulate this very clearly to our partners. Any bilateral negotiations without Ukraine, not on other topics, but any bilateral talks about Ukraine without us, we will not accept.
Now let's discuss the fate of Ukraine. Ukraine and the EU isolated as the US moves forward with Russia. They said Ukraine would win and Russia would have been harshly defeated. They promised EU membership and NATO protection. But today, Ukraine is bleeding, the EU is struggling, and Trump, now back in power, is negotiating with Putin without them. As Zelensky and EU leaders scramble to hold crisis meetings, Trump's team and Putin's team are heading in Saudi Arabia, shaping a deal that could leave Ukraine with nothing. Is this the final betrayal? Let's uncover the truth behind this geopolitical game. For years, Ukraine was promised EU membership and NATO protection. The West pushed Ukraine to fight Russia. Biden, Macron, Scholz, and other leaders said, Russia will be harshly defeated. But now, after years of war, Ukraine has lost territory, soldiers, and its economic stability. The dream is crumbling for its sovereignty. This started when Zelensky stopped signing the Ankara peace deal, and now Trump and Putin are dealing with how to end the war without Ukraine. Back in the early days of the war, Russia's former president Dmitry Medvedev said, "If Ukraine continues fighting, it may cease to exist." Many dismissed it as propaganda, but now it's a mess. But today, Ukraine is at a crossroads, militarily weak, economically shattered, and politically isolated. Was Medvedev's prediction right? Was the US interested in selling arms and testing Russia's might? Then came the turning point, Trump's return. While Biden and the Democrats had supported Ukraine, Trump has a different plan, ending the war, even if it means negotiating without Ukraine. His priority? Preventing chaos from spilling into the US economy and having back everything spent in the war. As Ukraine and the EU rush to hold emergency meetings, Trump's team is in Saudi Arabia with Putin's team starting negotiating the war's end. But here's the catch. Ukraine isn't at the table. The EU isn't leading these talks. The war that changed the world is now being settled without those who fought it the most. Wars are not just fought on battlefields. They are fought in boardrooms, at negotiation tables, and through economic deals by the titans. Ukraine believed it had full Western support, but in geopolitics, promises mean little when interests shift. The lesson? Never fight someone else's war thinking they will fight yours to the end. Power moves on, but the ones left behind pay the price. What do you think? Was Ukraine betrayed, or was this inevitable? In geopolitics, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. Let's discuss in the comments. Thank you for watching. This is Wisdom Tales of Change. Like, subscribe, and share.